I want to talk about women and apologizing. And I wonder if this also has to do with apologizing to yourself and moving on. So maybe I'm just more present to it lately, but the amount of times I see women apologizing for things they have absolutely no reason to apologize for. Maybe I'm just more in tune with it now, but I see it constantly. And I saved 3 examples that women apologize to me for no reason at all. Example number 1. It was a couple of weeks ago when I was down in Costa Rica on my kids' senior trip, right? So we're staying at Planet Hollywood down there, and there is a sidewalk that goes from the pool area down to the beach. Plenty of room for 2 people on both sides. I'm walking my way down to the beach. A woman is walking her way up on the same sidewalk. So we're going face to face. Plenty of room on both. She skips off of the sidewalk and goes into the sand and dirt and then apologizes to me as she passes me. And I'm like, for what? We're both using the sidewalk. There was plenty of room. Why are you apologizing? And why are you walking in the sand now while I am walking on the sidewalk?
Some women feel the need to apologize for taking up space. It's really sad.
That's why Katy Perry and Gayle King went to space.
Well, they took up too much.
Yeah. We're trying to show everyone that it's okay to take up space.
All right, let me give you the other examples also, and then you guys break off into a woman's round table and tell me, and I'm just going to listen.
Oh, yeah, no, we've talked about this, and I will gladly talk about it again.
All right, second one. I am getting off of a flight, and let's just say I'm in row 13. Woman is in row 14, right? She is approaching the aisle, and I'm approaching the aisle at the same time. I get out, I get my bag. She's behind me. She gets her bag, and she apologizes to me. She wasn't in my space. She didn't interfere at all for me getting off the plane, was behind me and says, "Oh, I'm sorry." No reason at all. Last example just happened this weekend. We are in Alpharetta, downtown Alpharetta, and I was taking Asa to the bathroom. We go into the guys' room, which is 6 feet from, actually they were bathrooms for both men and women. So you could have gone into either one. One was occupied, so I went to the one that was further down the hall. 6 feet, 7 feet, right? As I am walking out of my bathroom with Asa, a woman is walking out of her bathroom at the same time. Not anywhere near in my way. We don't have to go around her or anything. But as she opens up the door and closes it, she looks back and apologizes to me and Asa. No reason at all. Wasn't in our way. We weren't even close to each other. And I can't, for the life of me, figure out where this is coming from. I think because I'm a guy.
No, this has been an epidemic for centuries. I mean, if you are in any kind of women algorithm or feminist algorithm, like over apologizing has been an issue for women for a long time. My best friend, I get on her about this all the time because she unnecessarily apologizes for everything. And I'm like, stop saying I'm sorry. There's nothing for you to be sorry about. And listen, this is not a black and white thing. This is a gray thing. This is very nuanced. There's a lot of layers here as to why women feel the need to constantly apologize. And I think a lot of it has to do with like your personal history and your personal life experiences as to why you feel the need to apologize. Because I love getting to the bottom of the answer why. I do feel like for the longest time, women have been trained to be amicable and make peace and make sure everybody is happy, and you don't want to ruffle any feathers and you don't want to rock the boat. And so sometimes you feel a way to do that is by apologizing. You've been made to feel somewhere in your life that you shouldn't take up space. So anytime you do, you apologize.
What exactly does that mean? Take up space? Just any kind of physical space whatsoever? You're not supposed to be there?
Yeah, here's a great example some women do. They'll walk down a sidewalk and they won't get out of the way for usually men. And I'm not trying to be a man hater. Men will bump into them. They won't think to move out of the way. The women have been conditioned to move out of the way. And so when you don't, like if a woman's coming out of the bathroom and she realizes she may have been in the path of you and Asa and what you were doing, it's automatic response, I'm sorry. Don't want to rock the boat, because women get lashed out at by coworkers, colleagues, bosses if they don't approach with trepidation. If you go in there gangbusters like, hey, you owed me this 3 days ago, where is it? You get snapped at. But if you're like, hey, I'm so sorry just to bother you again, like this is what women in corporate worlds are finding. then it's received as, okay, it's not some woman telling me what to do like I owe them. It's coming from a place of humility and humbleness. And so it's a self-preservation thing, honestly.
Deep down, I think it's a survival instinct. And I'm going to try and regurgitate things I've listened to in a podcast from this guy who studied like genetics at Oxford. And he talked about how women, so much of the tribal survival, like instincts that we have are so much to do with reputation, and how a lot of like apologizing or trying keeping the peace has to do with the fact that like if you didn't have a good reputation as a woman, like you would have been excommunicated, you would have been ousted, like women wouldn't have talked to you, men wouldn't want anything to do with you. So when women feel the need to like placate and over apologize, like deep down it comes from those instincts of like, I need to be accepted within the tribe, otherwise like I won't have resources or all the other stuff you need to be able to get through life.
I also think for some, and this is not for all, because again, this is not black and white. This is very gray, and I think it's a case by case basis as to why a woman is apologizing. But for some, it might be a level of fear. Like you never know how a man might react, or if you have been subjected to that in the past. So in order to make sure that you're not angering anybody, you're going to go ahead and apologize and make sure that everybody is, I'll take ownership of whatever I think, may potentially upset him. So if I go ahead and preemptively apologize, then there won't be any kind of lashing out or escalation of anything.
Well, I'm Ace's size, so that's not the case for me.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I was,
you got big muscles?
and I was a chronic apologizer for a really, really long time. And sometimes I catch myself doing it. I'm now making sure that when I show emotion and I cry, I try not to say sorry anymore, because there's nothing wrong with having feelings and showing emotion and crying. Because you'll notice this now when somebody cries, they'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," because they got upset. And especially when it has to do with grief. And I'm like, you never should feel obligated to apologize because you're showing emotion. And I, like Cassie says, in the workplace, send that email. "Oh, I'm so sorry to be a pain, but if I could really get that XYZ by the end of the day," it's something women have been and continue to deal with.
Well, a lot of times in the workplace, you, Kristen, do have reason to apologize.
Yeah, I know. Just by being
just by taking up space.
Just by taking up space.
All right. Yeah, it's. I've just noticed it more and more and more lately, and maybe it's just because I'm more present to it now. But I guess it's been happening since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Books have been written about it. I know it.
The Bert Show.